So just gonna record a poker session on Puzzle Pirates. Let's see if we can find a 20k game. Just thinking which is a good game to go into. Oh wait, that's 8 seats. I think I'll just go in this game. I'll go in this game. Okay, who are the big stacks? Happy to sit here. Make a note in for 20k. Gonna copy paste that. 4-3. Happy to just check this. That is a big raise, which we're not gonna call with 4-3 off. So essentially what you want to be doing is you want to be trying to get reads on your opponents. Usually in Puzzle Pirates you tend to play with the same players, and more often than not most of them don't really change their habits, so you can generally exploit that. Let's see what we get. 4 deuce, just let it go, not worth playing here. Because if we're gonna have maniacs on the table like this person here, if we're gonna have maniacs, see like this person here, we just let this go. Because the worst part is they'll have position on us on most hands, so we don't want that to happen. Interesting that he decides to 3-bet here out of position. He's clearly got something that he wants to play out of position. Can definitely hit this guy's range. I'm wondering what she's opening with there. Let's have a look. What's the hands? Ooh, yeah. Pretty ambitious to 3-bet with 10-jack suited against someone who decided to open with queen-jack on the bottom. Makes sense, and the guy got kicked out. So just try not to overvalue your hands too much, because a lot of the time people will lose hands due to kicker trouble. So kicker trouble is essentially where, let's just say you have a pair of jacks, right? If you have an ace and the other person has a king, you'll win, because you have the higher kicker, or higher card that completes that particular hand. So you need 5 cards to complete a poker hand. So yeah, we're not really getting much that we can really put money in with at the moment, which is pretty sad. But then again, that's just poker. You're gonna have times where you just get absolutely nothing to play with. Just have to be patient. Like, even if we do want to open up, I mean, literally what we've gotten in the last like 3-4 hands, there's no point for us to put money in, especially against these type of players. Like, we need to set something up that is playable, which in this case, this is not playable. 8-3, really getting nothing, dear god, really getting nothing here. Just gonna have to let it go, there's not much we can do about it. Except just wait. Like, if we had something maybe like 8-7 suited, maybe we can look to limp along or open it up, but with the hands that we're getting, we're just not gonna work out. I mean, yay, we hit middle pair if we decide to call, but how often are we really comfortable about our hand? Not very often. Let's see, that's a really bad turn card. Yep, straights get there, more overcards get there. Flush draws even more now. Like, there's just too much that could hit on the river, and that will just completely kill our hand. So we're just trying to find good spots here, which we're not getting at the moment. We're really not getting anything we can play with here. Pretty big open. Not really something we'd like to limp along. Like, we don't want to be limping along with these hands if we're going to get punished for it, which this table will do. Some tables won't do that, and you can be a bit more wider in your opening hands, but in this particular case, not happening. Pretty interesting raise. Does really sort of scream over cards, because I don't expect... Ooh, okay, that's an interesting turn for... Turn should be better for this person than it is for these two people. Maybe the small blind? She checks it here, okay. Yeah, I wonder what she's representing when she bets 4k on that kind of board. Especially when she calls an open. I don't know what she's representing, so... I'm not sure if bluffing is what we want to do in that spot. Probably sets or 2-pair. Again, I haven't seen a lot of showdown yet, so we can't really sort of make reads at the moment. Ace Queen on the big blind. Definitely want to open it up now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna raise it up to. I think we're gonna size up a little bit. I don't really expect a lot of big raises, because who the hell's gonna limp along with something that's weak? Everyone does call, which is not good. We missed the flop. Definitely worth the C-bet. I think we'll probably put like this much. If we get called, we might just have to let it go. Okay, I wonder what she's representing here. Happy to just let this go now. I wonder what they're really representing here. We need to see what they're representing when the board is open like that. The 9 shouldn't change too much. Again, the best that she's representing is maybe Ace-Jack or sets. She's definitely calling this though. I might actually screenshot this. That's dirty. We were never, like, once she decides to put in that bet, we can just let it go. We thought we could try and perhaps, see, you know. Interesting though. So, I think I'll make a note of that. So, Candy will call opens with 6-5. I think that wasn't the right hand, but something along those lines. I think we'll just limp along with this. So we know she's opening wide, so how do we use that to advantage? We completely miss. Happy to just let it go, because we're not really going to be drawing too much else here. I think that was the right play with Ace Queen. Good to see that we can get these guys to call with worse. So we know that if we open up, we can potentially get players to call with worse and pre-flop. There we go. We just need to take some notes so we can actually beat these players. Not really going too great. That's why I wanted to see this to go to showdown, so I know what she's doing it with, and then we can start to perhaps exploit that. Or look for spots to trap. I think the only hand she's worried about is flushes. Yeah. Yeah. Good to know, good to know. Good to know that. Ace-10. Not my favorite hand here. Happy to just call with Ace-10 here. We could possibly 3-bet this, but I don't see the point. We miss again, so I think we're just gonna have to let it go. Happy to just check to a turn. Yeah, we're not really beating much, and even if the 10 did get there, we're still horrendously behind. I think if it was Ace-10 suited, we definitely would be calling for one more card, but since this is what our hand is, just have to let it go. Yeah, we're not really getting anywhere, which is pretty stink. I think he's representing full house. Pretty sure he's representing full house here at this point. Oh, quads, never mind. Well, I mean, okay. I need to make. We can assume that still alive is not bluffing a good portion of the time. Yep. Okay. Just let it go. I'm more worried about having these players behind me. I'd rather not make glimpse with this. Not a good flop, but basically we're just drawing to nothing. We don't have a lot of good draws here, we're just gonna have to let it go. Not the greatest spot, but good. Like, I'm sure a lot of these guys are, they sort of, we can assume that Highway Star will overvalue most of her hands. Yeah, like I thought. 10-4. Nope, we'll let this go. Game's a bit short-handed though. Yeah, I don't think she's really strong there in that spot. Like, not enough of the time to the point where you'd give her credit. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if she'll get callers here. She's not getting a lot of callers here, so we can't really abuse that spot. King 3. Happy to just check my option here. Happy to just check my option here. Just see what happens on the flop. Happy to just check my option. I don't know, there's no point putting in a raise here. Because we'd be out of position against 1, 2, 3, 4 players. No thanks. We'll just check it here. Cool. We'll just check our options, see what a flop comes. Completely miss. Just have to let it go. We're just folding to any bit because we're not really drawing too much here. Because we're definitely in very bad shape against most limp hands that would decide to see a flop. Running pretty card dead. We did try to put an open with ace queen, get out flopped, and then these guys are calling extremely wide, which we'll need to find spots to abuse. It depends on how long they stay on the table, but in the long term we should still be able to beat these guys, but you know, in 10 minutes there's not really much you can work with. Probably representing a flush or straight. Probably a flush. Yep, pretty obvious. Still not bluffing a lot of the time. Like, this person's overvaluing way too much. And now she's not here. So we have less fish to play against, which is actually starting to get a little bit annoying. I might just go find another game if we can't. I'm gonna do complete here. Interesting spot. Happy to just check it here. Oh, she's still in here. Okay. Happy to just check this through, honestly. We could, but I think we'll call one time and see a river. Because we know he's throwing it quite wide as well. He doesn't like. I think we'll just check it back to him and we'll just call this bet. I'm not comfortable making a raise here. I think we should have the best hand, but yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And that's the problem when you just limp and you have a flush, because you're gonna basically be taken a value town by a lot of hands, so I don't think we were really getting away from that. Because again, when people limp, you really don't know what they have, and I'm surprised he'd even limp with ace-4. But then again, the pot's not even that big, so he did get some value off us there, but ay. Not really getting anywhere. I mean, we kind of lost basically the minimum there. Like, I don't think we were ever folding in that spot, because how often does someone really have a flush there as well? You know, situations happen, but I'd say a good portion of the time you're probably going to have the best hand there, but not this time. What is she representing? Like, we can assume that he's not bluffing with his bets. 2 pair. 2 pair's good. 2 pair. You see, like, that. This is the type that these are the type of players that we want. Like, people who will make calls with something that is so marginal, and that's what we want to be up against. I think we're just happy to let this one go. I don't really want to limp along with this. Yeah. Basically, in a game like this, we want to be trapping these 2 players. So 4 will get there. No good. Don't know. Yeah, you know, when the fish don't stay for very long, we can't take advantage of a lot of things. So it sucks, but yeah, that's just how poker is at times. Ace King. Okay, we've got a hand that we can definitely play with. Okay, I think we'll definitely look to open it up here now. We'll probably open up to like 1,000, especially if she decides to limp. I think 1,000 is a decent size because of that. Otherwise, we'd be doing 600. Cool. We're definitely gonna raise it up here. Happy to raise it up. If we get 3-bet, happy to make a 4-bet here, or maybe just 4-bet jam. Because the reason I'm perfectly fine doing this is because her range is so wide. If we're beaten by like pocket pairs, happy to just rejam here. She doesn't have a hand. Well, she doesn't have anything that's strong, so we're gonna rejam this and just prepare for the worst. Only because these guys open so wide that Ace King could potentially be a good hand some of the time. Wow, damn. Very unfortunate situation. Always getting caught with worse variances. Oh, right, we take the side pot. Thank you. Not the greatest hand. We should have been in better shape a lot of the time, but you know, we want these players. No, we don't call that shit. So we're in for 20. That's pretty sad. Oh well, can't do much about it. Ay ay ay. Poker being poker, you know. So we know we can get her to call with worse, and that's what we want. I think I'll probably put in an open again. Because the reason I'm perfectly fine shoving with Ace King is because she's doing it so wide. If they decide to limp, I'm more than happy to put in a 3-bet here. 4-bet here. Happy to put in a 4-bet, put pressure on the hands. I think we can probably charge up to this line. Happy to put in a 4-bet with jacks. Again, because of my reads on the players. Like, how often does she really have aces here? Not very often, I think. That's not a good flop. Really not a good flop. I'm happy to put in a C-bet here. I think we can put something, I don't know, I don't like the sizing, but I think if we get raised, we're just gonna have to let it go. That's not a good flop for us, but again, I don't know if I want to call it off here. I think we're probably dominated a lot of the time. Or we might have a better hand, I don't know. I need to know what our range is, but that's not a good spot for us to jam here. Oh well, can't do much. If she folds this, I think we're never in decent shape when that ace is there. Yeah. I'm not surprised. And that's my mistake. Overvalued. Overplayed JJ when ace on the flop. Feels bad, man. Again, for flipping a lot in that situation. Not the great. I think we should just let it go. I think I was being too greedy there. Aye. And for plus another fucking, Jesus, like we're just running horrendously bad. I think I'll just check my option. No, I'm being the fish, huh? Ay. This is a pretty fucking crap. Happy to just check it here. I'm not really in the mood to play hands. Hang on. I don't think we're even... No, we're already down like 40k. Should be this, sorry. Happy to just put in a value bid here. I don't think anyone has a queen in the spot. And we block a lot of the straight draws, so... Happy to just, you know, do this. Yeah, we're gonna have the best hand. If everyone's gonna just check or just take a free pot. We might not even have the better hand, but we're happy to just take it down there. We want her to stay on. We want her and her on the table, even if we're losing at the moment, because we know we can perhaps take it away from these guys if we can hit our hands. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Not the greatest flop. Happy to complete, but I mean, we'll see what we get on the turn. I don't know if this is a good call, because we're still beaten by any ace-ed clubs if we do hit off run or flush, so we'll just let this go here. Hey. We can be way more comfortable that most people will probably not have the ace of clubs in this spot. We block ace queen of clubs, but those hands would probably raise, but I mean... I made a mistake there. Okay. I knew I should have just folded. Like, we were never good. Like, I think we could just comfortably fold jacks there. I misplayed. Sorry, I didn't misplay, I just got greedy trying to hit our set, even though we're like basically drawing to 2 outs. Ay. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I think we're in about like 40k. Jack 8. We may be able to open up with Jack 8 here. Happy to open up with Jack 8. Because we've got position on all the players. Again, if we get 3-bet, I think we might have to let it go, depending on what the action is behind us. Happy to just put action in there. Okay, we've got position on all three players, that's good. I'd expect that board to be better for her than it is for us. I probably won't c-bet this. I'll probably c-bet the turn depending on what it is. That's kind of a blank. Not the greatest turn card for us to bluff on. I think we can potentially look at putting in a raise, like a bet ourselves, especially if she checks it twice. And I expect a lot of draws to continue. I think aces would have, I think any type of ace hand would have bet the flop. Okay. I think we can possibly bluff it away here. I don't know, I'm feeling a bit adventurous. I think we'll probably get called a decent amount of the time, but I think I'm going to try and bluff the spot. If not, doesn't work, you know. That didn't work. Yeah, this guy's never going to fall to a bluff. What's he having? Interesting. Very interesting. Still alive, May. Okay, still May is not someone we want to bluff since he's a calling station. Whoops. Happy to put in another open with this because we've got like a decent holding. Since he's a calling station, we want to make a note of that. Puts in a raise. I think we're definitely going to be calling. If they call, we're 100% going to call this. Definitely look to set mine here for pocket 7. See what we grab on the flop. We can okay. Not necessarily a bad flop, not a great one. I think we're just gonna call here, see what our turn card is. That should be better for her. She decides to bear, we're just gonna have to let it go. Yeah, we're gonna have to let this go, I think. Because especially if she calls behind, we're gonna have to let it go. Yep. Not a good card. Not a good card, which is extremely, really pissing me off. Oh well. Just keeping an eye on my total amount in, you know, because we're running horrendous. We're just not playing well, and I think we're also not running too good either. We'll try limp along here. I don't think she's that good, but we're just not finding good spots at the moment, which is like pretty sad. I think we're in for like too much, 45k already, and we miss again. Can't bluff this. We're just gonna have to let it go to any bit because because of her. I'm more than happy to try and bluff, but yeah, this session not going too well. I think we're down like fucking 47k. Good job. Yeah, about 47k. We can't really bluff here because none of the draws really get there, so I'm just gonna have to let it go. Just trying to find spots where we can put pressure on opponents, but not on this type of board when we don't even fucking put in an open with 8-7 here. Pretty sad spot for us. There's not much we can wholly do at the moment. We're just not doing too hot. Okay, ace 4. Don't like letting this go. Yeah, she's gonna keep doing that. We know that his calling range is quite wide, but what is she doing it with? I don't know. Not the greatest of sessions right now. Just gonna have to just keep grinding. I mean, yeah, we hit our ace, but we're beaten by any ace that's ace 3 or ace 5 or ace 6. Basically, we're just beaten by most ace like type hands here, which is why we can't really continue here. The problem with a lot of Puzzle Pirates poker is you'll get a lot of people that do hit and run. So even if they're worse than you in the long term, you still can't extract value because they're just not on the table where you can exploit your edge. So it sucks, but it's just what it is. So we can get these guys to call versus how do we get there in the first place? That's the big question, isn't it? Jack 7, but let it go. Just need to find better spots here. Game's not going too well. That one misplay with pocket jacks just basically fucked up my session. And another fish is gone. Oh man, why can't they just stay, man, and just give their pot back over time? I don't know. Uh. What? Ace 10 suited. Finally, we have something we can play with. Definitely want to punish the limp, especially if she calls we're punishing the limp. Yeah, we're gonna punish the limpers here. We'd be dumb to not punish the limpers. But I don't think we can really do ISO raises in these kind of games when the players aren't really... Yeah, I think we can call this. Happy to just re-jam here, because this guy... Happy to just re-jam this. Hoping he decides to let it go. Wow. Damn. Not a great spot. Limps with ace king. Limps with ace king. Limps with ace king. Okay, authentic. Like I said, I guess for some poker players, a lot of these plays would probably just like trigger you, and I don't blame that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, limps with ace king. Okay, good info. Like we have all this information, but like we're just down so much now. We're down like way too fucking much, but we just can't get. We just can't get there. We, you know. And then all the fucking big stacks left again, which is like pretty sad. You suck. Get out of here. Oh, we're just not getting much more run bad, just lots of run bad, man. Oh. Happy to just jam though. Like, what is she really representing? Who limps ace king? Bad players do. Well, these kind of players do. Aye. We're just down so much now. So fucking sad. We're like just burning money away. Because we can't get these guys to fucking... We can't get our hands to hit when we have, you know, decent shit to do. Which is extremely annoying, but... whatever. I don't know. We miss again. Yay. Just not hitting anything. Aye. This is too loose, but I guess I want to see a turn, but this is way too loose. Yep, we're gonna be folding to everything now. I think we just let it go. We can let it go here. Just gonna have to just find some other spots, which is like pretty stink. Like we're down like way too much money. A lot of it was just due to misplays. A lot of it is just getting out flopped, just not hitting hands. You know, just not a lot's working out for us at the moment. Aye. Feels bad. I don't think she really has much here when she jams like that, honestly. I don't really think she has much when she jams like that, but I suppose if someone who limps ace king, then that's very possible. Very annoying. Oh my god. We're just not getting anywhere, are we? No good. Gonna have to fold. Got another maniac in here. This guy's a maniac. I've seen this guy play. Oh, I'll just have to let all our hands go. Don't know. Is a fish. Like literally, this table is filled with maniacs. We want to find spots to get the money in, dude. We'll might as well just do high variance plays because statistically we should have an edge on that. Flush draw, but imagine if the club hits and we're beaten by another like jack high flush or something like that. Wow, feels bad, man. Oh well. Feels bad, feels bad, feels bad, man. It's not much we can do. Ay, 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 ay. Queen Jack. You know what? I'm just gonna limp along here in hopes that someone else will put in a bet, because I don't want to get 3-bet on the spot. Because if we've got all these type of players in here, I don't mind. Yep, thought so. I hope these guys will fold. If not, I'm happy to play. I don't think we're gonna fold here. Happy to just call with our hand. Happy to just check to see what we can grab on the turn. I think she's got like king high or ace high at this point. Happy to just check it though. If she checks it, I think we can... Nah, because we're not winning any side money. There's no point. Unfortunate. She will actually call with worse. How do we even... We're just not getting there. We're just not getting there. Egyptia will call 4k bits pre-flop with something. Like, I think that looks like it was 9-7s off, or... We've got so many fish on the table that we can't even get hands against. It's so sad. Ay, ay, ay. Very unfortunate. Just too unfortunate for us, man. Because we want all these guys on the table, but we're just not getting there. Ay, ay, ay. Feels bad, man. So many fish, but we don't hit. Very sad. Because I know these guys have wide ranges, but like when we're just not getting there, it's just... Because there's no point putting in a bluff, because we're not getting any side pot money. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Like 38, 46, 53, some shit like that. See? The fish can't even stay on this table. Because they just decide to not play afterwards because they're so bad they just won't play another round. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, we're just not hitting hands, man. We're just not getting good prices to call, and then we're just not getting there. Feels bad, feels bad, feels bad, feels bad. Not a good flop for us, yeah. Because we're beaten by any king that is very likely in their ranges. And we can never be confident with our queen either, because it's not a very strong one. Oh dear, oh dear. King 3 suited. I think we'll just definitely will look to limp along here if possible, but I don't think he'll let us. See if he'll let us limp along. If it was like King Queen suited, I think we jam, but we just cannot jam with that hand. Because I don't even know what his range is. Like, we know he's a bit wide, but we just don't have. We're just not getting hands. I think the best hand, the only two decent hands that we've gotten were Jacks and Ace Queen, both which we missed completely. Oh man, 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 man. So many fish, and we're just not getting there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. A lot of run back. We're down like fucking 40k right now, which is like so sad. Oh, we're just not getting there. We're just not getting there. I know we're down a lot. We're down 2 buy-ins because we're just because of that jackhand I misplayed. Ay ay ay. Like we want these guys on the table because there's fish everywhere. But unfortunately, in order to beat the fish have to win at times. So it's gonna have to just deal with the fucking crap. Wow, Sevens get there. She's she's just peeling. How do we get that stack back? Ace 5. I don't think we're folding Ace 5 to these kind of bets because they're not really representing very strong here. I'm worried about this guy. I'm just worried about this guy though. Hope he decides to. Yeah, of course he'd do that. We just don't have a decent. I don't like this call. I really don't. Don't do this, but I don't like this call personally. Oh yeah, we're never good here. Feels bad. Yeah, we hit an ace, but we're definitely behind. Wow, okay, we hit. We hit one time. One time we hit. One time we hit. Shit, okay. That's not a good call, but one time we do get there, at least. We get there one time. Aye, that is not a good call there, but we hit one time, we'll take it. But that's not a... I'm only calling because he can't possibly have the best hand every single time there. It's just not possible. Not a winning call in the long term, but we'll take it, you know. Straight gets there. Feels bad, boys. A lot of just run bad for some players, man. We'll let this go. Ay. What a painful session, man. Like, that's not even a winning call with ace 5 there. That's not a winning call, but that's just a lot of these players are so wide. How often do they really have the best hand there a lot of the time? Can't say that they really do have the best hand. Oh boy, here we go again. Wow, he's getting there. He's really getting there. Ouch. Too much, man. The variance is just fucking sad right now, man, but yeah. He's getting there. He's getting there. He's getting there. Not our proudest call. We can happily fold this. Yeah. He's just not getting there, is he? He's really not getting there. Ay. Good. We want these players here. That's why... I don't know. My ace 5 isn't always the best hand to shove with, but I mean against these types of aggro players, sometimes you can get away with it. Happy to just let it... I don't even know. I'm worried about this guy. That's what I'm worried about. We still dominate. Yeah, we would have won that, but I mean... I don't think we're abusing the edges that we do know well enough, but... Nope. He's so triggered. King 9. Okay. The thing is he says it's dumb, but he's making a high variance play by shoving with very wide hands. Happy to call here in position. Not the greatest flop. He checks it. We can just let it go. I'll let it go. There's not really much we can really improve to here, which is pretty stink. He's so triggered. That's what happens when you shove so wide. You will get caught and you're going to face a lot of variance in those situations. Ay. Let's see if we can get away with a limp. Oh, okay, we've got position on everyone. That's nice. He lets it go. Nice! And we miss. We can't really represent kings here. Yeah, we're happy to let it go. We can't really represent kings if it gets checked to us because we limp the flop, so... I think we're down like 10k now. Too much variance, man. Too much variance. Ugh. I don't want to be making calls with this guy behind us because he will put in a raise at times. We just can't afford to just bleed chips like that. He limps behind. I think we want to try and get this guy or this person's stack. I'm not sure if we'll be able to, but yeah, it's just a long grind. We've been playing for about like 40 minutes, so yeah, pretty stink. Not the greatest, not the greatest. Just have to just hold out, you know, look for something that we can open up with, but with ace deuce, no, no thanks. Not with this guy behind. If I was in position, maybe I'd try limping there, maybe against these type of players, because if, like I said, they're doing it so wide that we don't even know what their ranges are. A lot of kicker trouble here. Like, we know what they're generally betting a lot of the time, so. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try and limp this one through. I'm worried about this guy. I'm not sure if he's capable of bluffing, but I mean, that's an okay. We're happy to let this go because this guy decided to call behind. Should be better for these guys than it is for this guy here because he limped. Yeah, that's a lot better for him than it is for these two. Another fish is gone. Feels bad. Now it's 5-handed. King 5, not the greatest. We can fold King 5 here. Because we'll be out of position against the pre-flop raiser as well. We missed too. Again, I probably would want to look to like once the thing gets shorthand, I think you can be a little bit more like you can have a bit more freedom putting in 3 bets. But I mean, because again, like the more shorthanded it gets, the less likely that people are really gonna hit flops hard. See, he didn't hit that flop hard because he decided to check it. Now he leads out. We can assume that he doesn't really have a straight draw because we block one of the straights. So we block 5-3, we block 8-5. So we can assume that he's not very strong. I think he probably has pair. Interesting. I don't think he has a 5 here. He might, but he might have a 5 here actually. Oh no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have a 5. Yep. King 6 suited. Okay. I don't think a lot of these, we can definitely look to try and call, because I don't think he's capable of doing a 3-bet. We'll see, I don't think he really is that capable of doing 3 bets here. This guy is most likely not going to 3-bet either. Which is why I feel comfortable doing these kind of calls every now and then. Because, that's just fucking trash. We can't even bluff anyway. Let's just get out of the way here. No hearts, no nothing. Aces on the board. It should be better for these guys than it is for us. So we just have to let it go. Yeah, that just progressively gets worse. Just trying to find our spots, man. Just trying to find our spots. Oh god. Just trying to find our spots against these guys. Just trying to find our spots. Should be better for this guy than it is for us a lot of the time, especially when he opens the action there. Aces can definitely be in his range, but I'm gonna try to limp this through. Again, I'm worried about, yeah, thought he'd do that. I think we just let it go. Okay, good thing we let it go. My god, what's going on? Well, yep, let's make a note. Karuna is a fish. How do we abuse that? How do we abuse that is the question. I don't want to be calling here because there's too many players behind. Because if we call and another person calls us, we know we're in terrible shape, so I'm just gonna let it go. Like too many like all the fish are just leaving, which is like so sad, but 7-10. I bet you he'll jam again. Yeah. Everyone had the same idea as well. Feels bad, man. 10-3. Happy to just check out here. I think he'll jam again. Yep, they're all jamming now. Oh dear. I love how threes are actually still good. Threes are good. Funny, but we can't do much. Ace Jack is good here. Now we know a lot of these guys are like maniacs or fish. We just can't seem to get our spots. And the King 8, he probably will jam again, I think. Yep, thought so. Just have to let it go. No, there's too much we're beaten by. Like, I know he's doing this very recklessly, but we need something that we can actually do that kind of shit with, and King 8 is probably not the hand for that. I think he might jam this. No, he doesn't. Alright. Happy to... If he calls, we're gonna call behind. I don't like this call, but... Because he limped that. No, no way, no. Yeah. We're gonna call, see what our flop options are. Bottom pair. He checks it. Happy to just check and see a turn card here. I think we can definitely justify a bet here now. With our bottom pair and flush draws. We might even get this guy to fold, actually. Nice, we take it down with nothing but bottom pair. We know he's playing very aggressive, but it's just like, what spots can we decide to even call that shot with, you know? I want probably like King Queen or King Jack or something. Perhaps even King Jack. Oh, wow. He'll jam again. Yep. We can happily let this go. I think he's got the better hand at the moment. Yep, ace high is good. It's so obvious, like this guy's doing it so wide, what's he really doing it with? Busto, 10-8, not the... He checks out. I'd rather just check see a turn here. No, I'm not calling that. I think I just want to look for a spot where I can jam and try and put pressure on this guy. Oh dear, oh dear. Queens. I wonder if anyone will. I just put in a... I think we just put in a small raise here. Happy if he decides to jam this. Okay. Good flop for us, I think. Yeah, I just need to. I think we just get the money in now. Honestly, I think he'll probably call. If he has a straight, so be it. But we're not folding here. If he has a straight, whatever. Yep, we're good. Get a stack. Pretty easy jam there for us. Now we're heads up against this guy. Oh dear. Happy to put in a raise. If he decides to 3-bet us, we're gonna have to be Happy to just steal blinds there. We'll steal a free blind. We'll have position on him in the next hand as well. Queen 7. Just min raise here. Because it's heads up now, so heads up plays very different to rings. Can I just... He's not going to continue with a whole lot. Happy to put in a raise here. I don't think he has king queen here. I think we got him, but of course he doesn't have king queen. Of course he doesn't have king queen there. There's no way he has king queen there. Oh, he leaves. I think we did okay. I think we still left up. I think actually, not by much, but I think we still left up. Any other 20k tables? No other 20k tables.